Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, and in this video we are going to study what are reserved words in Java. Now what is a reserved word? A reserved word is a word in a programming language which has a fixed meaning and cannot be redefined by the programmer. So Java has a dictionary, and let us see how many words are there in the Java dictionary and what are their significance. So in Java, some words are reserved to represent some meaning or functionality, and such type of words are known as reserved words. So how many reserved words are there in Java? There are 53 reserved words in Java, out of which 50 are keywords and 3 are reserved literals. Out of those 50 keywords, 48 are in use and 2 have been deprecated by the Sun people. Now the basic difference between keywords and reserved literals is that keywords have a meaning while the reserved literals have a value. So keywords are used to define some meaning and reserved literals are used to give a value to variable. Now let us move to the types of reserved words. Now for data types we have 8 keywords: byte, short, int, long, float, double, boolean and char. Now these 8 are data types, and when we will study about data types topic, we will get to know what are the meanings of byte, short, int, long, float, double, boolean and char. For now, we just want to know that there are 8 data types that can be used as keywords. The second type of keywords are for flow control. Now in Java, if we want to control the flow of statements, to govern that there are 11 keywords: if, else, switch, case, default, while, do, for, break, continue and return. So for flow control there are 11 keywords. Now let us move ahead and know about the modifiers, the keywords that are used for modifiers. So there are 11 keywords that are used as modifiers. So these are public, private, protected, static, final, abstract, synchronized, native, strict FP, transient and lastly volatile. So we will understand the meaning of each of the keywords in our subsequent tutorials, but for now, since we are understanding what are keywords, we are just knowing how many keywords are there and we are listing them. The next type of keywords are for exception handling. So Java has a feature in which we can handle the exceptions, and some words are reserved to implement that. These are try, catch, finally, throw, throws and assert. So there are 6 keywords used for exception handling. Next type of keywords are used to define a class. So for defining a class there are 6 keywords, namely class, interface, extends, implements, package and import. So there are 6 keywords used to define a class. Next type of keywords are for objects. So while defining objects, we can use 4 types of keywords, namely new, instance of, super and this. Next type of keyword is void keyword. Now we must understand that in Java, mentioning the return type in a method is mandatory. And if a method is not returning anything, then we must declare that method with void return type, else it will give a compile time error. However, if any one of you knows C language, in C language return type is optional and return type by default is int. So if we are not mentioning any return type, the by default return type is int. But in Java, there is no default return type like C, and it is mandatory to use either we have to use a return type or we must use void to signify that this method is not returning anything. So there is only one keyword, that is void. Now the next keywords are unused keywords. Now as we have seen in earlier screens that there are some keywords which are not used and have been deprecated by the Sun people. So there are two such kind of keywords. One is goto and the other one is const. Now why goto has been deprecated is because usage of goto created several problems in old languages. So due to those problems, some people have banned this keyword in Java to avoid those problems. The next type of keyword is const, and why this has been deprecated is because we have a keyword final, and the usage of final is same as const. So there is no meaning of using two keywords which have and functionality. So const has been deprecated and final is in use. So we have seen that goto and const are unused keywords, and if we try to use them in our program, we will sure get a compile time error. Now we have done with the keywords. Now we will see what are reserved literals. So as I have already told you that reserved literals do not signify any meaning, but they provide a value to variable. Now true and false are two reserved literals that are used by the Boolean data types. So whenever we define a Boolean type of variable, we can assign two values, true or false, to that variable. So those are reserved literals. Next type of reserved literal is null. Now null is a default value for object reference. If an object does not contain a value, we can assign null to that variable. Lastly, we have enum keyword, and we can use enum keyword to define a group of named constants. So we will learn this also in our subsequent tutorials. Let us now revise what we have learned till now. So the reserved words are used to represent some meaning or functionality, and the meaning of those words are known to the compiler, already known to compiler. So there are 50 reserved words in Java, out of which 50 are keywords and 3 are reserved literals. 8 keywords are used for data types, 11 for flow control, 11 for modifiers, 6 for exception handling, 6 for class, 4 for objects, 1 void keyword, 2 unused keywords, and 3 reserved literals, plus 1 enum keyword. Now there are two things which you must take care of while using these keywords. Now first point is that you must have seen that all the keywords have lowercase alphabets. So please remember that while using keywords, no letter in a keyword should be in uppercase. All the letters will be in lowercase. And the second point is that there are some keywords which have s in the end. So like extends, you cannot write extend. If you write extend, then the compiler will give error because compiler knows extends, not extend. Similarly, it is implements, not implement. And throw and throws are two different keywords, so do not confuse between them. So we have covered the theoretical part of what are reserved words in Java. Now let us do one assignment. There is one program in your screen, class demo main public static void main string args. Now try to think and count how many keywords are there in this program and mention the count in the comment section. Okay, so now don't be worried about what are the meanings of these keywords. As we proceed with the Java course, we will slowly get to know what are the meanings of each keywords. So this is all for today. Thank you everyone and happy learning.